now we straight chillin', serial killing, recall villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos by the name Elzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
What up, nerds? And welcome to another hexed episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob, your host for the evening. This is episode 526, recorded Monday, May 5th, 2025. Tonight we're talking about another You Pick the Flick. This one was chosen by Miles B., and the movie is The Seventh Curse from 1986. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Ran Diesel.
What's up, baby?
Hell
Was that a
yeah.
convincing amount of enthusiasm?
Yes, I'm convinced.
I can roll it back if I need to. I'm a little on the tired
Hello.
side tonight.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Woohoo.
Hi. I do love that bump, though. That's the maniacal laughter of the evil dude from Human Lanterns. Is that what that's from?
Human Lanterns, yeah. There are many of those bumps, so buckle in, partner.
Hell yeah. Next up, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy. What did I do to deserve this, Stains?
Oh, what up?
Oh, what up, boys?
It's your fault, whatever.
I
it is.
must have done something. I really shit in someone's cereal, I suppose.
Dude, you didn't think there was going to be an eighth curse, but here you are.
Here I am.
I didn't order shitted wheats.
Yes, you did, sir. I specifically remember.
Oh, the chocolate
Are you
milk
sure?
is right.
I don't know.
Oh, Miles.
Shitted wheat.
Oh, Miles. Before we get into it, which we will momentarily, let's tackle some housekeeping on our end real quick. Actually got kind of a lot of shit going on here. So we're in a new month, which means we
Thank
just had a poll
God.
close and another poll open.
The
So
Lord
milk
opens a
and
window.
cereal, and then he shits in your cereal. Milk and cereal did win the May poll, so we're talking
Speaking
about
of,
that very
yeah,
shortly.
speaking of cereal,
Yeah.
there you go.
All right. The
That
master
does-
plan came to fruition.
Right. Nailed it, Randu. Our June poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this June. The theme for June is hurricane season, because as we all know, hurricane season starts on June 1st. And the
I'm
three
drinking one
movies-
right now.
Oh, God. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Korea
Yes,
time.
sir.
Whew.
Pour me up a
Um,
tall hurricane to get through
that's
this
it.
one.
Or I go
Call me
insane.
something tall and strong. We're on the same page there, Ren Diesel. The three movies
Oh,
you
yeah.
can vote between for hurricane season are Bodies, 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 Crawl, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I still know. We're going with
I
the
still-
sequel. Okay.
Still.
I didn't.
It's the one with the
That fits the
hurricane.
theme.
I don't think I realized it was the sequel. Okay, I gotcha. Bob,
Yeah.
how those numbers looking?
Well, they're looking mighty fine. You know, looking like numbers.
That's all I have
Um,
to say about that.
That's it. That's
Well,
it.
that's all I had to say
Man,
about
they're
that.
looking damn good.
They're looking pretty good. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is in last place with 25% of the vote. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, second place with 31% of the vote. Crawl sitting on top with 44% of the vote.
Whoa,
Genuinely
all right.
shocked by those results so far.
Yeah,
you
me
always
too.
are. You always
I-
are as
yeah.
well.
I try not to expect anything, and I'm still surprised. It's it's just a
There's-
talent I have.
There's still a lot of people left to vote, and it is still kind of close, though. 25, 31, 44. There's no, like,
Oh,
clear,
yeah.
clear
No,
runaway.
no. But even
pick.
still, like I just like there's a recency bias a lot of the time. It seems like, but
Yeah.
maybe not in this
There's-
case.
I threw on I Still Know What You Did Last Summer over the weekend just for shits and giggles. It's
Mhm.
not like a good movie, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, honestly. Have you guys seen it? It's got Jack Black in it.
I
Baby, it is
honestly don't know
all
if I've
good.
seen that one. I've definitely seen the original, but it's been a
I
Dude,
long time since I've even
I
seen
saw
that one,
that one.
honestly.
That's the one I saw the most growing up because that's just
Oh,
what
really?
was on Cinemax every day for like
It's
3 months of my
Cinemax.
life.
I forgot that it
That
had
and the
Jeff
softcore pornography.
pornography. I
Definitely
forgot it
not.
had Jeff Combs in it entirely. He's in that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack Black is in a lot of weird random things from the like late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
or before he kind of like blew up. He was in
Mm.
like Neverending Story 3. Do y'all remember that?
hmm
Do y'all ever see
I never
No,
saw that,
I haven't.
no, but
Yeah,
like he was in
Cable Guy.
fucking he was in I
Yeah.
think he was it him that was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original? He might have been. Or I might be thinking
Oof,
of someone
he'd
else.
be
But he was in just a bunch
young.
of random shit. He was in fucking Cable Guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. All over the place. He used to do
Yeah,
weird roles.
and now he
And
is Mr. Minecraft.
now
Oh
he does
God.
Jack Black as Jack Black in
Right?
a Jack Black
In
movie.
Jack
He
Black.
he was also in that Borderlands movie, so they're not all wins.
No, they are
No, they're
not.
not.
Definitely not.
But he's living high off the hog with the chicken jockeys right now,
Oh
so
God.
whatever.
Mm. Well, hey, get your votes in before the anime. We'll see what we're talking about this
Let's
June.
talk more
In
about Jack Black.
I know. In other
We got
Patreon
some time to
news,
fill this week.
we are dropping mini casts every other Friday, as we have done for several years now. We just dropped one on Opus. Next up, we got one dropping this Friday, May 9th, on Sinners. This is a Rand Diesel mini cast.
Two
Two in a
Rand
row.
Diesels back to back.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's right.
spoiled.
Month of
Coming out of
Randale.
the gate. Coming out of the gate 3 months later, very hot. 4 months, 5 months, however
Sinners
long
has
it's
been
been
out
since.
that long?
No, no, I mean
No.
since January when I said I was going to do one every month.
I gotcha.
Well, now
Yeah,
you're
that's not
killing
happening.
it.
But I am happy that I got first dibs on Sinners. That's you know that's a hot commodity right now. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of conversation around that, and I'm sure I will add very little to that conversation. But it's out there, baby, and it's just for you, sweet, sweet, dear patrons.
Slam it in your ears.
Nice.
Um, Big thanks to everybody that hung out this past Friday and watched Joe Bob's Last Drive In. It
The
was
very last.
the
He's
very
gone
last one.
forever.
Mhm. It's the
Um,
Final Fantasy of television shows.
it was the Walpurgisnacht double feature. He showed City of
Whoa.
the Dead, which is a movie from 1960 I'd never seen before. It was pretty rad, actually. And then Ringu was the second one. I haven't watched that yet because, midnight hits and I turn into a pumpkin.
Is that?
But hey,
I guess it was just like they called it Wahlberg is not like what was the thematic connection there with
which
Ringu,
movies?
anyway?
She a
Yeah, so-
witch?
Yeah, in the original, remember
Is it a
it's
witch?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
It is,
Yeah, she
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
was.
I just
Yeah,
don't think
that's
about
right. The
that,
mo
yeah.
yeah.
the
Wow.
remake. They kind of shirked that stuff, but in the
Yeah.
original, yeah.
That's right.
When you
Okay.
said that witch movies, I thought you meant the ones you just said. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
So yeah, Ringu and City of the Dead, yeah. Which movies?
We're not talking the same.
We're not on the
language.
same-
I
okay.
misunderstood you,
Oh,
and
okay.
now you're misunderstanding my explanation of me not understanding.
Hell yeah!
So we're in great shape here. We're
Nobody
professionals.
knows. Nobody knows what's going on. But hey, thanks to everybody hanging out on Friday. Last thing I got here is at the time of you listening to this podcast, we will have just dropped a brand new episode of Let's Get Physical Media. Your boy Mikey and myself. Brown note. So shit.
in
Um,
my cereal.
in my cereal. Your boy Mikey and myself are talking about our April pickups. A bit of a light month, but still plenty to go around.
I'm
So
always
if you're-
so
What, only triple digits, or-
curious what that
So what
one
a
month.
well,
It's only
Mikey,
30 films a piece. I mean,
Mikey, I don't even think he hit double dig. So
Oh, well, that is
whoa,
like that.
whoa.
crazy. Yeah, if you have an interest in collecting Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, even some VHS tapes, check out Let's Get Physical Media everywhere you get your podcasts.
That's only 2 purchases a week. Damn, that's on the super light side.
I know.
I don't-
For
I
Mikey,
can't have
of
you guys
course. I can't
developing
speak for
restraint
Bob.
now. Like, it's too late.
We've got more
That-
shelves to fill.
I don't. I gotta
I
buy
know.
more shelves.
Where are they going to go?
Jesus. You're gonna have to get one of those like big crank shelves like
Next
they have
time
in
I-
archives.
That's a good idea, Randy.
Next
Oh,
time
no.
I come to sleep at
Sorry, Alice.
sleep at Bob's house, that extra bedroom's just gonna be shelved up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like one of those sleep pods for us to rest in. One of
You
those
gotta
live
sleep
in
standing up.
Blockbuster.
It's just surrounded by blues.
Yeah. living in a fucking shantytown shack inside of Rob's house.
Best sleep I ever had. That's all I got. You guys have any plugs? Anything going on?
Just the
I
one in
don't
my
think
beehole.
so. I think I'm clean.
Yeah, I'm pretty clean. How about you, Bob?
Wiki.
All right.
His house is clean.
All right, we're getting into the main event. We're talking about the seventh curse, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
What is on the back of the box?
Bob, I saw you had this box
I do. I got it. Yeah.
for the show.
Yeah, I bought it for this show.
Let me see that box again. Well,
Ooh, I like them blue
looks
eyes.
all right. Turn it
Yeah, it's pretty-
around.
yeah,
turn that
pretty cool
turn that
art.
box around. Let me see that.
So
ass.
the back of it is for the second.
It's a
feature.
facade. I don't buy it for a
It's-
second.
It's
Oh,
very
that's cool.
horny. Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
That's a cool looking
So-
box.
This
Is
is
that a
this
Vincent?
was yeah, it was put out by Vinegar Syndrome. It's a double feature. It's got the seventh curse and Witch from Nepal on here. I did not watch Witch from Nepal yet.
What?
But
Witch from Nepal?
Witch
Which
from
witch from
Nepal.
Nepal?
This witch, the one that's naked and covered
The
in blood.
Wicked Witch
It
of
looks
Nepal.
very horny, very
Oh,
very
I
horny.
just thought that was from this movie.
Yeah, I thought
mean,
that
it-
was the.
it kinda
witch
could
doctor
be.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bloody yabos are apparently everywhere. With
Oh,
these-
she's a fancy flapjack.
these Hong Kong productions. Anyway, yeah, so you can pick that up from Vinegar Syndrome, or watch this on archive.org, and I think those are the only ways you can watch this movie right now,
Yay.
to my knowledge. The
Thanks.
seventh curse.
Yeah, that's really a reasonable
The-
request there.
I wish you could see the church lady esque pursed lips that you
I
just
know.
got, Miles.
Yeah, that's a really
Damn.
reasonable request to watch this film with those choices there.
Well, it is. I mean, you can watch it for free online, which
Yeah, and this tiny box where you also have to read subtitles.
Oh, really?
threw it on
Yeah,
my
I didn't.
TV. I airplayed that bitch.
Rand Doozle knows how to do it.
Mm.
He did it. The seventh curse. This is from 1986 with a runtime of 1 hour and 23 minutes. This is directed by Guy Choi Lam, I think is how you would say that.
And canceled.
I'm doing my best. This was written by Jing Wong and Kai Chi Yoon, and it's based on a series of books as well. Stars Chow Yun Fat, Si Ho Chin, Maggie Chung, some other lovely folks. I'll stop butchering literally everybody's names. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. An adventurer who's been inflicted with a deadly curse during a previous expedition to Thailand goes back to battle an evil sorcerer, his tribal army, and his deadly creatures.
All right.
First time watch for all of us. I know that. But would we recommend folks check it out? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
That's a pretty tough recommend to make. I'm gonna say probably not unless you're into this sort of movie already. Yeah, that's about enough. Dude,
All
oh my
right,
God,
Juice.
Justin's whole head has turned into a beehole. It's just too pursed to those lips.
Damn, dude. Juice, what about you?
Jesus.
No, I would not recommend you watch this movie because you can't watch this movie. You can't do it. You can't watch it reasonably. So no, I would not
Reasonably.
recommend that somebody watch this movie. Bob, how about you? You purchased this. Would you recommend somebody make this purchase in order to watch this film?
No, I would say don't. This is a streamer, not a buyer. Unless you're just really into the
A
Hong Kong stuff.
streamer. If only that
Yeah.
were possible.
I mean, you streamed it. You watched it on the internet.
You did.
You streamed it. I just streamed it.
I know you did.
You dirty bitch. I streamed it.
Yeah, unless you're just really, really into the Hong Kong shit, this is probably one that you can skip. It's wild. There's like constantly crazy shit happening. This really reminded me more of like an Indiana Jones than than a horror movie. There's like horrific stuff happening, but it really reminded me of like that second Indiana Jones, really.
Yeah, I was
Whatever.
gonna
Yeah,
say
I
the
could see
same
that.
thing, actually, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like, there's
So-
one key aspect that is definitely in that territory. We'll get there.
Yeah. So that sounds like a medium to loose.
Yeah, about a medium to loose, I
Recommend.
think.
Wow. Medium.
Pretty
And loose.
medium to loose.
It's
So,
a little extra loose this week, but you know.
We're here to say, watch it if you wanna, I guess.
Mm.
If you
know.
can, if it's possible, which it's not. So
You can stream it.
You did.
We all know that the higher pitch you say something, the more true it becomes. So
You did.
So yeah,
It's
medium to loose.
toasty.
It's toasty. Oh boys, we're gonna be spoiling the shit out of the seventh curse, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
My man could have chose any one of the 100 Godzilla films that are out there, and here we.
My man. He almost did.
I know.
Godzilla
What the
versus
fuck? He almost
Biollante.
picked a good one. What the fuck?
What the
What
fuck?
Buddy,
the fuck?
if you the more
Duh.
you complain about it, the more likely it is we will never see a Godzilla movie from this man.
Wow. Bob, you had the unfortunate responsibility of creating a plot synopsis this week. Do you
Dude.
have it ready for us?
This was a hard one because, like, you know, it's a foreign language, so you have to be reading the
And
whole
write
time.
shit down.
So, like, yeah, every time I go to take a note, I gotta like stop and rewind
Oh,
and like so.
God.
And there's constantly shit happening. So there was like every fucking second, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take a note. There's
Sounds
so
like a
much
job
fucking
for
shit.
ChatGPT to me.
Oh my god, I know. If you ChatGPT can't stream it, you can't watch
Oh,
it.
that's true. I
reasonably.
know. Even the robots
Uh,
can't watch it.
Yeah, and there's like no synopsis online that I could find. So this could be
What?
entirely wrong, honestly. I couldn't verify. So we'll just
You should just
I'll
read the plot
verify.
synopsis for like fucking some Christmas movie or something.
Clark Griswold and family drive down the highway.
Cousin Eddie cuts his tit off and rams blood in Clark's mouth.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that Labor Day vacation.
Well, in there,
here-
boys. All right,
Here's
Bob.
the
Go
plot.
ahead.
It's kind of long, so
Oh boy.
Hang in there.
I'll just strap
All
in.
Right.
we find Dr. Yin and Dr. Ni at a high-end party surrounded by beautiful women. Ni is a novelist who explains his books are based on the adventures of Yin. He then begins regaling everyone with a tale of Yin's most recent action-packed adventure. We flash back to a hostage.
Good idea.
We flash back to a hostage situation where the cops call upon Yin to help. He's well known for his bravery, so they send him in posing as a doctor, but give him a grenade to detonate at midnight. He does, and the police storm the building and save some hostages. A pesky reporter who's infatuated with Yin also follows him in posing as a nurse. Back at the party, the same reporter cock blocks Yin and tries to follow him home. Yin enters his house and finds a naked lady on the bed. He's then attacked by a mysterious man called the Black Dragon. He tells Yin there's a blood curse upon him and he must return to Thailand to save himself and someone else called Ba Chu. Bless me. He also says to avoid women or else the blood curse will begin bursting. The dude leaves and Yin immediately just gets his fucking sex on. And a blood vessel in his leg explodes. He goes to see his friend Wisely, who is also the reporter's cousin, and explains what has happened in Thailand. We then get another flashback to Yin doing some AIDS research while in Thailand, and he happens upon Ba Chu, who is a beautiful woman bathing naked. She runs off and he follows her to the local tribe where they're preparing to sacrifice her. Yin intervenes and saves her from an ancient skeleton demon thing, but the tribe sorcerer kills his friends and casts a blood curse upon Yin. Bachu saves Yin by casting a bloody titty protection charm on him, and then she vanishes. Back in present day, Yin's other leg explodes. There are apparently 7 blood hexes, and they will burst every 24 hours. The final one will burst in his chest, killing him. Yin goes back to Thailand and meets the Black Dragon. The reporter follows and brings a lot of guns. Turns out the Thai mafia is also after Yin, and there's a big fight sequence. Another blood hex bursts. Yin and Black Dragon go to his tribe, where all of the children have mysteriously vanished. They deduce the evil sorcerer has captured them to perform a ghost nursing ritual, which requires the blood of 100 children. This creates a flying ghost child that sucks blood and kills all on its path, but it can only live for 3 years, so they got to do the thing every 3 years, of course. They go to save the kids, but run into Bachu, who has been cursed with a ghost face hex for saving Yin previously, and says they must find an ancient relic called a Sarira. The reporter falls down a hole into the sorcerer's lair, and Bachu's also taken. Yin and Black Dragon go to save him. They storm the temple, and all the kids have already been juiced, and their blood's used for the ghost child ritual thing, but they do save the 2 girls. Back at their camp, the reporter has been cursed with a black heart hex, and they have to bathe her in a bunch of animal blood. Wisely shows up and hooks up the animal blood for him. Black Dragon and Yin go back to find the Sariras, which are 2 golden glowing orbs in the eyes of an enormous Buddha statue. They climb it and battle a bunch of people. They get the Sarira, and Yin swallows one, and they have to get the other one back to Bachu within 2 hours before it expires. The sorcerer summons the great ancestor demon skeleton, and it transforms into a bat thing and tries to kill the reporter and Bachu. Black Dragon and Yin fight it. Then someone unleashes the ghost child demon thing, and it fights the ancestor bat thing for some reason. Then Yin shoots the ancestor demon with 2 rockets, and it explodes. They saved Bachu and the recorder, but it took so long that the Sarira has expired, and it can't fix Bachu's fucked up ghost face hex thing. But it's okay because Black Dragon loves her anyway. The reporter and Yin seem like they're finally going to get together, but then we are back at another fancy party somewhere and sometime, and the reporter yet again cock blocks Yin and asks him to go find the abominable snowman with her, and he doesn't really seem into it. Then we're back at the original party where Dr. Nee is asked for yet another cool story, and he says, well, you're all just going to have to wait, motherfuckers, to see what Yin and Wisely get into next. Roll them credits!
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
They're all cowards.
Oh my God. I forgot about a lot of that.
I love that synopsis. I got to be honest with you.
Understandable.
Yeah, that was
Dude.
pretty good, Bob. That was great,
A
actually.
lot
That was an
happened.
action,
But I will say, it's,
action-packed review.
I would like, I saw like, I mean, I remembered it, but like the expressions used to describe some of these things don't necessarily connect. Like that little worm guy, the giant sperm with the face
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
whatever.
oh yeah,
child
that
or
thing
whatever,
was
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, it looks like the Elmer was his name from Brain Damage, the creature from Brain Damage.
Yeah, kind of.
It looks kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Oh God.
But I'll tell you, my experience watching this was a little strange too, because I watched on Internet Archives, and the version I watched was like this dog shit, clearly like VHS transfer, that ended like 45 minutes in, and I was like, "What the fuck? This isn't even the full movie." And then Rob sent me like the full movie on Internet Archives, which I guess there was just 2 streams uploaded. So I started watching it there, and like the quality was better, but the subtitles were fucking nonsense on that one. Like the subtitles were much worse.
That's the one
So
I
got, like,
watched.
kinda
The
2 different
subtitles were
interpretations.
wacky sometimes.
Hell yeah.
That's the one,
Clear as
whichever
mud.
one Miles sent us. Or
I saw
whatever,
some-
because
there
I was
was
like,
one
dude,
where
I
it's
can't
like-
find this.
Yeah. There was one subtitle where it's like, "Where is her?" or something like that, and I was like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
there's some
yeah.
real problems here.
It was understandable though.
No, I mean it was complicated.
But,
I
yeah.
fully understood every word without fail. Just
But
not
yeah,
altogether.
This is more. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. Miles kind of struck gold with his first
Human
kung fu
lanterns.
pit with human lanterns.
Yeah.
And it was swords and, like fuel China. And, they were like
Kind of a slasher element too.
yeah, flying around. Yeah, you had this killer who was creeping, who had like some really cool designs and stuff like that. And it was goofy and silly, but it was like a very interesting setting and stuff like that. And since then, he's been walking all high and mighty, I guess, all cocky, thinking, I'm just going to flood with some more. But this didn't even, like, kind of like you, not only is it not really horror, but it didn't feel, I mean, there's a lot of fighting in here, but at one point, dude's fighting some monks and pulls out a gun and just starts blasting. I mean, it feels just
I thought
like
that was hilarious.
I also thought it was hilarious, but it felt more like an adventure film. Even like the kind of monsters, and I mean, the dude does the thing where he opens up his chest and the worms fall out and stuff like that. And you got
Yeah.
the monster at the end and the
They're
sorcerer. Like
juicing kids. Yeah,
they're
the
juicing kids.
skeleton.
Get the
Yeah.
juice now.
But a lot of the effects they reminded me of something like, even though I never really kind of watched these shows, but I've seen like clips of them of like the old, I think stuff like maybe Conan or something like the Barbarian,
It's got-
like those old.
It's got Big
Like
Trouble
serial
and
serial
Little
action
China kind of
dramas.
vibes.
Yeah,
Sure,
that
but that's tongue in
too.
cheek, and I'm not 100% sure how tongue in cheek this is. I think it is to some
Yeah.
extent, but not entirely. Like,
Yeah, there's I think the first fight sequence to my eye anyway, it looked like they sped it up like artificially. So
oh,
I
they
think
absolutely sped it up.
I think there's definitely some tongue-in-cheek stuff happening, especially just like the breakneck speed of this movie and like just the random non sequiturs. It's just like here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing and here's a thing, and they don't really like explain it or like linger on any one thing. Like the mafia's after them, and there's one fight scene, and then the mafia fucks right off, and you never hear about them ever again. It's like I don't know,
Yeah,
just
and even
random
like,
shit.
what was it? The one time where they're like, "Oh my God, like you're gonna die." Oh, it was the Yabos scene because then she
Yeah.
just randomly pulls a thing from her Yabos, and then
Crams it in his mouth.
and then he's supposed
Yeah.
to have like 1 year, but they just do a flash cut to a year later, or he's telling a story or whatever, and so the
yeah, or flash
time
back to him.
of having one
Yeah.
year doesn't even matter because it's the very next scene where his fucking leg explodes again. They're like, oh, well, it's time to get it done again. It's been 1 year. And it's like, why you even got to put that detail in there then? Like, why is that even, oh, you had 1 year? It's like, oh, and then the year's over and here we are
he
again. We're
has to
back
make it
to it.
back.
Let me go
I don't
back. Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck?
It's all very contrived, but I mean
It
it is. But like I kind of felt that way about like Human Lanterns, and I felt that way about other movies. I'll be honest with you, like
The Boxer's
this is
Omen.
not a this is not a good movie, but like The Boxer's Omen, it's very spectacle driven, and a lot of the spectacle I did find enjoyment of. I laughed
Yeah.
at quite a few times
Yeah.
at this,
Yeah.
even watching it on my own and in not ideal conditions considering the transfer was sucked, at least for half of it. So like I don't know, like I don't feel quite as like resentful about this movie as you might, Juice, but like I don't know. Some of the things I really did like include the corpse man, like just like the main villain. Ooh, thumbs up. I loved him. He like it's literally just a shambling fucking like classroom skeleton with a few like a couple
Yeah.
layers of Mod Podge on top and some glowing blue eyes. And but like the way they make him move kind of looks like he does carry weight when he flips people over and shit. Not
Yeah.
well, but it sells enough to where I'm like, wow, that kind of worked. And then his face just like morphs into some other shit.
Yeah,
and
that
like
was
like
cool,
I don't
yeah.
know, stretches and shit. I really like that sort of shit. Like the weird little effects, like one-off effects like that. I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
As
The
far as like the time
spectacle-
jumps and I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would say the spectacle is like really all this movie has to offer. I think if you indulge in the wacky tobacco, smoking a huge blunt and then putting this on might be the best way to engage with it. But there's
Yeah.
no real like characters or like plot development or like story arcs or subtext.
Yeah.
It's like cinematic junk food. It's just like
Yeah,
crazy
it is.
visuals happening and you know there's a
art,
place for
but
that.
it's like
it
but
is,
not
but
for like the main character is just like self-assured and right 99% of the time. The only
Yeah.
thing he does that isn't like manly man has it under control was him waiting a year and doing fuck all to solve his curse problem.
Just trying to get laid.
and there is a place
Yeah.
for that, but not in movie review. It's like the people who do the food reviews of fucking KFC and
That's
Burger
the
King
hard
and
work.
shit. I mean, it's just
Dude.
like
Review bras doing the Lord's work. What do you mean?
well, yeah, but I'm just It's like, yeah, when you don't have a real story to like follow along, it really is just all the spectacle. And here was my experience with it. I also did find it cool to kind of look at, but also too, this was just one of those movies where every 5 minutes felt like 30 minutes. Because I would watch a scene and think like, something like cool is going on or something was interesting. I like the kind of like fantasy effect of it. It's just like the backgrounds and the settings were cool. But like seriously, like one whole scene would go by where they play something out, like the fight in the Buddha, let's just say, or whatever. And then
Mhm.
it's over, and I would be like, oh, surely that was like 15 minutes. And it was like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I could only watch this movie in like 15-minute chunks because it seemed to just fucking drag and drag. And so I had to watch this movie in like four different sittings. It just
It's
like,
every 15 minutes they cram in so much stuff it feels like a whole movie
yeah,
almost. It's
it's
like so
just,
condensed.
oh
I
my
didn't feel
God,
that. I mean,
dude.
you're not wrong that they like, but like it had a different effect for me. The fact that things were moving so fucking quickly and shit was changing all
Mm.
the time kept me interested. I would much rather watch that than fucking mixed up zombies, teenage
Oh, me
zombies or
too.
Oh,
whatever,
well, yeah,
because
me
that
too,
was
bro.
just like endless droning nothing. And this at least has
Yeah.
like something new every few minutes. If you don't like what's happening, wait a few minutes and you'll be
Yeah.
done. I
Mhm.
didn't feel like it, like I didn't have to, I did like, obviously I had to pause it midway through because of the transfer issue, but aside from that, like I only had to like stop it a couple times and just for a few minutes, like I was able to power through this pretty easily. I didn't have that same issue, I guess, because it kept renewing itself every few minutes and kept doing some other insane shit. The fucking the dude's coffin starts chasing them around. Just the coffin, a box is chasing them around. It's fucking wild. Like,
Yeah, it is wild. And I mean, it's got some, I will say this so these Hong Kong films, I like them a lot better than Italian films. Like if I had to choose between go Italian or go Hong Kong, I'm going Hong Kong every time because you're like it looks very interesting and it's quite funny a lot of the times in its absurdity and like, as opposed to the one with the bug chick where she's like riding a bus and like doing fuck all. It's like
Phenomena.
yeah, at least some wild, wacky shit that
sludge.
I've never seen before is happening. Like boss busting with the bazooka at the end and just starts blasting. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, but like in the realms of like review this horror film, and you're like, well, this is
Oh
not
yeah.
horror. This is not. I'm not that we care, but I'm just saying it's
Right.
like as choosing a movie. Hey, I'm gonna make you guys watch a movie. It's like it's not a good pick, my guy. I'm sorry, but it's just like, come on, you got to do better than this.
Look, we have gone on the record as saying punish or pleasure us with your picks. So I mean,
True.
the man did what he did, and I think we've had a few movies that we have not liked recently that have led to pretty
Dude, it's
decent
been
episodes. We are
7 months,
oh
starting
well,
with fucking
yes,
Greasy Strangler,
but what
Wild
I'm s-
Men, Elves, fucking
Elves is
Frankenstein's
incredible.
Army, and that was
Not
another one
bad.
that we had to watch on some weird streaming bullshit. Elves.
well,
Elves didn't have like it was like a VHS
Oh
rip or
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's hard
that
to
was
find.
rough. That's probably the roughest of the bunch to me. But like, the thing about it though is like we're having good conversations around them, so I can kind of understand. Like, for if that's your end goal is to hear us bitch and complain because it's entertaining to you, you know what? You got what you paid for. I can't hold it against you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
We
hold it
offer it.
against
We
you.
offer a service.
yeah. The Black Dragon kicks over a really nice Nutcracker collection, which I don't know if you guys caught
See, I
that.
didn't remember that.
Yeah,
No, I
that
don't
was
remember
pretty
that
cool.
either.
There's
The
too much that happens in this.
there's a random sexologist that has a brief conversation with our guy in this. The giant yellow inflatable like pillow thing that he uses to like lift the girl's car up.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
Oh
is
it's like the Speed
yeah.
Racer shit. I
Dude,
I
love that.
forgot about that. That was cool.
That girl is so out of control horny for
Oh
Yin,
yeah.
and like
She's out of control in a lot of ways.
the thing that like pushes her
She
over the
assaults a
edge,
cop in her first scene.
Yeah, she does.
the thing that pushes her over the edge, and she's like, fuck you, Yin, I'm gonna walk off and like stop following your dirty dick everywhere, as he says he's gonna like spank her and take pictures, which I feel like she should probably be into that if she's
You're
following
blowing my
him
mind, Frank.
to another
Whoa.
country and shit, which,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
will
like-
say there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful ladies in this film, so I appreciate that.
Some of them are cutting their yabos.
yeah.
I know. I was a little
Just for
conflicted
you.
about that, but overall, I ended on the positive. That's for positive.
Ends
6
on
to
it.
midnight to 6. Just
Ah,
Got
Getting
that.
Dick Whiplash over here.
hate to see it. Hate to see it. I mean, your boy is in Thailand looking for an herbal cure for AIDS. That's noble,
Dude, yeah.
Sure.
Also, I want to point this out. I think that you said, and I was confused about this too, which is why I want to like bring it up. But you said that he was he was posing as a doctor in that first scene. I think he just is a doctor. I think.
I
I
think
got
he-
confused about that too, because why would you call in a doctor to do espionage? I don't know. I didn't understand that.
It's like
or
a
why would he be
James
known?
Bond.
That's what
Yeah,
it seems
or
like. He's just like
or
good at
uh,
everything. He's a doctor.
Indiana
He's also
Jones.
a secret agent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
I
Indiana
think-
Jones as the professor and also as the fucking world
And
adventurer. It's
James
that
Bond.
sort of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right. Actually, I think he is an actual doc. But yeah, it's so easy to forget that because he's got a rocket launcher and shit. So like, yeah, I don't know what the
It's
fuck.
just one of those things. And every little black bag that every doctor has always has a
Oh,
rocket
yeah.
launcher. That's standard.
With
standard
two,
idiot.
you gotta have two rockets.
Well, yeah, you gotta have
One
two.
is not enough. Everybody knows that.
That thing was
Hey,
already
speaking of
locked
medical-
and loaded on that second go around. He was ready to blast again.
Yeah. Yeah, he did not have to reload at all. It was video game logic.
Yeah, the little ghost sperm guy couldn't take it down, but Bazooka got
what
him.
the
I was
fuck?
confused
They-
why they were fighting each other. I didn't.
I think they fucking
It's like
rejiggered
Pokemon,
it.
dude. Yeah, and they were
Yeah,
like, "Oh, wait,
like-
it's mine now."
they
He
put
got
it in a
And I thought he
Pokeball
won.
and-
I thought, holy shit, the little baby sperm just like ripped the fucking main villain demon
Dude, his
apart.
face, dude. Those are the moments where I was like, "Okay, this is too much." The little sperm.
Okay, this is a
guy, I was
5-star
like,
film.
Oh, okay, this is really pushing it over the edge here.
Yeah.
I did think the kitty juicer, the like giant mortar and pestle thing they have, that's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up. Like,
It was super fun.
I was like,
they
oh
got
my
one
God.
kid, they're like holding him at the arms. It's just kind of cracking me up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, get in there, you little shit.
yeah,
It
I
was
need your
really-
juice.
That was so fucking ridiculous. That's the part I was talking about where it's to me it seemed
Oh my
like
God.
it seemed like it was
Oh, Indiana
uh,
Jones.
an Indiana Jones Temple of Doom situation.
Temple of the
'cause they-
Doom.
Temple of the Dooms. You know, the Temple of the Dooms.
Temple of the
The
Dawn.
Doom.
The Dawn.
Yeah.
Temple of the Dong.
And yeah, he's I don't know, he's just like showing up to parties half the time, swanky
I was
parties.
a little confused at like because there's like two parties at the beginning and two parties at the end, and they look like they're at the same location, but it's hard to tell if they're happening at the same time or at different times. I know like the very bookend is the same time because the dude's telling a story and then they
Yeah.
ask him for another story, but
Oh,
like the
yeah.
two that are sort of
Oh.
in the middle, like I don't know. what's
This just
going
strikes me as like it feels like it's a sequel in a long running series like a James Bond, but we just don't have any
Yeah.
prior knowledge of it. Doesn't
does-
it? Like
it
it seems
does
like
feel
we
like
should already
that.
know who this character is so we can understand where it's subverting itself and where it's staying true and where
Yeah,
the fan
well,
service is.
It
Yeah.
is, like I said, it's based on a series of books. Here, I'll read this
Okay.
little bit of trivia. I've only got this one bit of trivia. So the Seventh Curse is 1986 Hong Kong action horror film directed by, I'm not gonna say it again, based on a novel series called Dr. Yin series. The film stars yada 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 yada. The protagonist Nee's Wisely series, who appears as the supporting character in the Dr. Yin series, while Nee serves as the film's narrator and making a brief appearance as himself. So he actually is the dude playing a writer in the movie is actually the dude that wrote these books, and I guess they are like an action adventure series that was, I assume, relatively well known back in 1986. So they're probably the audience watching this back then probably did already have an
Okay.
awareness of these characters on some level.
That makes it make a lot more sense to me. So just knowing that there's like some sort of framework that I'm not familiar with.
Sure.
It's like being dropped in the middle of like it's like watching a random episode of Zoo Ranger. This show.
It'd be like
or this
if the
movie.
first James Bond film you ever watch without having any context about who the character is or what he
Yeah.
does, and you watch him run across
The
some
one-
alligators.
Run across the crocodiles, yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
fight Baron Samedi, yeah, that's the one to watch.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. It feels like there's a lot of context for who this character is and how he operates. And I mean, you
Mhm.
get it, you get the gist of it, but yeah, it just
It feels like an alternate universe big series, and it kind of is because it's just from an
yeah.
era and place that we just can't have no privyness to. Privyness? We have no awareness.
I ain't
of,
got
really.
that priviness.
I'm not privy.
I ain't got no
to this.
privyness.
Um,
Tested negative for privyness.
but I do like how it's got this fantasy feel. That's why I was kind of thinking of something like a Conan or something like that. I don't know, just like those old Hercules shows or something like
Yeah, like
that.
high fantasy. a little
Yeah,
bit, but
yeah.
with the modern 80s hero, secret agent or cop hero action star
Blasted.
as your lead.
Yeah,
And
because then
Chow Yun
sometimes
Fat
he's
with a
like,
fucking rocket launcher.
yeah, because then sometimes he's like going in and taking down terrorists in the building or whatever the mafia or whatever at the beginning of it. So it's a weird hodgepodge. It's like sometimes he's fucking Die Hard and sometimes he's fucking
Die
Hercules.
soft and
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
perfect. Mr. Falcon. He gets force fed some teeth at one point before the titty blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
They're
There's
just
a lot of
putting
things
shit
being
in
forced
his
into this
mouth.
dude's mouth. I don't know.
Yeah.
People really want this
Whoa.
boy's mouth
So-
filled.
If that's your kink, this bud's for you.
No, it is.
Mm,
Oh my god.
mm.
But
The
yeah,
old rusty gutter.
I don't know what else like I keep going. You mentioned it before, in just like next week, if any scene from this movie pops up in my mind, I'm always going to be thinking like, oh, was that from what was not Human Lanterns, the
The
other
Boxer's
one, the
Omen?
Boxer's Omen. I was like,
Boxer's
any scenes from both of these movies are just gonna be this weird mist in my mind where I'm never going to be able to associate which one is which, or like it had a very similar feel to that movie where it's like just for some
Yeah.
random shit would happen,
That was
some new
more.
opponent would show up.
That was more horror, I think. There's way more creatures and like gore
Yeah.
effects and stuff.
But it still
I
had
think it
like
was
a
definitely-
mafia element too, didn't it? Like a
I don't remember if it did or
criminal
didn't.
element. I think it did.
Maybe.
I just feel
I
like they're
don't
both
know.
they're similar. This is like it's almost like a spectrum, right? Like I don't know. There's like these are variants. You've got Human Lanterns, which is like pretty grounded as far as it's the most grounded of the three that we've seen. Boxer's Omen was completely out there in a very like it was really like almost like Asian giallo. It felt like to me, and this feels like just like pure 80s action flick informed like money grab sort of movie with just the fucking shit thrown against the wall to see what works. So I don't know. It's not really. I guess a spectrum's the wrong word, but those are like the three categories I would place them in. That's what makes them different. But this one and Boxer's Omen, I think, definitely do have like the visual flair that makes it more interesting to me. I would rather watch this. I would actually rather watch both of them than Human Lanterns again. Just like the
Oh,
sheer
really?
spectacle of them is much better for me. Yeah, I'm not to say that they're better movies. Like
Disagree.
I don't think they are, but
I think
This
Human
one-
Lanterns is
this one
definitely
in
my
particular.
favorite. For
Me
sure.
I
too,
think this
because
one in
it's
particular, 'cause
actually
there's a level of
able to
trashiness to
follow
this.
what
I like.
happens. Like at least it
I'm
has a
not interested in that.
cohesive story.
I'm
Dude.
not that interested in following it.
Look at the back of this boss holding the rocket launcher.
There you go.
Dude, the art is
The
better than
art's
the movie.
cool, yeah.
Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
I don't
That's
know.
how
the
Vinegar
thing,
Syndrome
though.
gets you.
It's like I feel because in any given moment, if you called me up and said, "Hey, you're watching this movie, how is it?" I'd be like, "What I'm seeing right now is pretty cool. What's happening right now in a moment is always pretty cool and interesting." but it keeps going to something new. It's just too overwhelming. It's like eating a fucking spoonful of sugar that also has marshmallows and sprinkles and fucking chocolate syrup and it's just like it's too
Hell yeah, dude.
goddamn much. It's too much.
Put it in my
Yeah.
mouth.
I think that we just have a fundamental difference in what we're looking for out of a movie. Like it's to me like, or out of this kind of movie. I'm not like Human Lanterns. I will sit down and watch Human Lanterns. If I put this on, or Boxer's Omen, but this in particular, I would put on and just like let it roll, have a drink, not pay that close of attention, and every second that I happen to turn and look at the screen, I'm gonna find something that's gonna make me laugh or be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like one of those things is gonna be happening. Or I'll something comment worthy in the moment. I don't know. To me, I find more value in rewatchability for these films in that sort of way, that sort of
I would
approach. I guess
never think to
I need a
put this on
trashy
again.
level.
You could hit the fog hog, Randy, and then blaze a huge fatty, and then listen to Pearl Jam on 11 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the choice I would make, but okay.
Pearl Jam on 11.
Jeremy spoken claim today.
90s grunge is not what I imagine pairing well with this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Get that rocket launcher out.
Hey, little ghost demon, baby, eating a demon.
Tit blood.
Oh my lord. Oof. I did appreciate the Yabos though. I will say
I
it really
mean,
made the pill go down easier.
They were
Did you
rock solid, yeah.
Did
Oh,
it
yeah.
unlock a new kink for you there?
No. I already
So
Did you,
it's an
did you
old
suddenly
kink
discover that you
already.
like Yabos?
I already liked Yabos, Bob.
No,
Oh,
the blood
oh.
and the blood being crammed into your mouth.
I
and-
did. I was watching that and she just like takes off her robe and I was like, all right, yeah. And then yeah, she just
Woo,
cuts her
5
Yabos
stars.
open and I was like, whoa.
0 stars.
Then she pulls out the rock and it's all blood and she like stuffs it in his mouth and I was like, okay.
To save my life, fine, but don't do
Sure.
that. Don't do that again.
I'll try anything once, but I think that's enough.
I'm a
I'll
very
try
open-minded
anything
individual,
3
so fine.
times, but after that I have
I have to draw a line somewhere.
3 to 5 times. I'll give it a whirl.
I'll do anything 3 to 5 times, but after that I'll have to
Unless you
evaluate.
ask again, and then I'll probably go for it.
Yeah. But that's
This
it.
dude,
Until the
this
next time.
this Yin motherfucker is a thirsty boy, though, for real. Good lord.
Yeah, get after it though. Everyone's
mean,
looking clean in this movie though, I will say. He's
Horny
got
Yeah.
and
black-
capable are the only two things he does. Like,
That's true, yeah.
For a movie that's made in the 80s, you could pluck this dude out and throw him in the streets of Seoul and he'd still be swimming in the Yabos.
Yeah.
His style is on point.
Hootie tootie disco kitty.
He is the hootie tootie disco cutie. I love the Black Dragon's like, hey man, you got to stay away from girls or else your shit's just gonna start exploding. And the
He's like,
second he
"Nah."
leaves, he's like, balls deep.
your shit's just gonna yeah. And then
Leg
the
explodes.
form the curse
was
takes. Can we
worth
talk
it.
about that for a second? Where the blood vessels are just popping because they just
And
had
he-
squibs to use.
And it's kind of
That's
cool
it.
though because it's under his clothes.
oh.
It's just like an explosion in his pants.
It's just, yeah, it just and the last one, it's
Yeah,
so
it is.
funny to me because the last one you just like kind of goes like, oh, the other one just went off.
Yeah.
It was really light this time. like making excuses for clearly not having enough squibs on hand or some shit.
It
Like
just didn't
I
work.
thought that was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. It's like, oh yeah, just off camera, a bunch of stuff happened. Let me explain it to you.
My God.
My shit blew up. Don't worry about it.
Dude, and like just what a weird
I
what a
blew
weird
myself.
form for the curse to take. It's all such a contrivance to clearly to justify using like a very basic tool that they just had on hand. Like,
Yeah.
I love that's the thing. I like the cheap crappiness factor of this.
This cheap piece of shit. I just really love
I
I
it.
love
don't
this
know. There's
cheap
something
piece
kind
of
of fun
shit.
about it.
Yeah, it's fun because it's a piece
Punish
of
me.
shit. Randy unlocked a new kink.
Punish my eyes.
Ooh.
I pissed and I
Mm.
shit my pants.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, brother.
Mhm.
And then you just sit in it
Any other
real hard
questions, or-
so that nobody can smell it. The harder you sit, the better you are.
You
Oh,
just
yeah.
cover it with the mash
It's
cheeks, you know.
Put this shit in my pants.
Who put this here? Somebody shat my pants.
Oops, you shat my pants.
Nobody leaves until we find out who shit in my pants.
All right.
Got a hodgepodge going here.
Oh,
Sure do.
Old joke.
This is all. This is just like train of thought. This makes less
Yeah.
sense than the movie. That's saying something.
Yeah, we've got a lot of short episodes these days. Blame the
boys are
pickers.
here to play. Yeah, let's rate this thing out of 5. I think we're just circling the old toilet bowl here.
Oh god.
Rand Diesel, kick us off. How do you feel out of 5?
It's a tough call because this is certainly not a good movie. I don't think that it's high quality or anything like that. But I don't know. I gave Boxer's Omen a 3. I
Oh,
gave Human
wow.
Lanterns a 3.25. You gave it a 3 as well.
Really? Boxer's Omen?
Yeah.
Damn.
Juice?
I can't remember. I
Juice?
honestly can't remember anything hardly about that film.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
I'm all upset over here fucking
Oh.
loves the Boxer's Omen.
I got what?
Also a
3
3.
is
I
low.
also gave a 3 to Human Lanterns.
It's probably
so
had
they were equal-
Diablos in it. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be lower than those two, even though I think, like I was saying, the trashiness of this makes it stand out in my mind a little bit more as something kind of like fun and silly and frivolous and pointless. And like you said, Juice, like it's like sugar on sugar on sugar, but like I'm down for that. Like as I've said many times, like sometimes I want, when it comes to flavors, I want my senses to be assaulted a little bit. I want to have it a little too salty and a little too sweet.
Just the
And this gives me a little of that. Yeah. What's that?
Assault my senses.
senses.
Assault me. Anyway, no, this is just a silly, frivolous movie that I kind of enjoy. So it's kind of tough. I think that I'm just gonna go down the middle. Well, not quite. I'll go a little above down the middle. I'm gonna go 2.75. It's a little bit less quality of it's a lot less quality of a movie than Human Lanterns, and a little bit less than Boxer's Omen. But I just kind of like it. I kind of like it a little bit. It's not one I'm going to rush to see again, but if I had to choose one of these 3 to watch tomorrow, it would be this one.
All right. Juice, what about you?
Well, I am quite surprised to find that I rated Boxer's Omen at a 3 because it doesn't live positively in my mind, and I can't remember anything about it. Honestly, I couldn't put a scene out in my mind, honestly. But this movie, like I said, in any given moment, it was pretty fun and entertaining, but I would immediately look at the clock and groan and be like, God, or look at how much time was left and be like, God damn it. Every time, dude. Seriously, it took me like 4 days to watch this movie. And it's the same reason I've said it again and again. It's the same reason, there's so many people out there who love like anime, and I just can't get past and this happens, and it doesn't matter. Nothing matters because the next line of dialogue is going to change the stakes or change the rules or change the overall story. For it's constantly doesn't matter. So it feels like nothing has any like real stakes or weight or anything because we just change it with like one line of dialogue 5 minutes later. So fuck it. But so the dialogue is garbage and the storyline is garbage. But the visuals are cool and it is somewhat entertaining. And I did like some of the background, but like this is not horror. Even with the kids getting like juiced down, like that shit was just kind of funny
Hell
to me.
yeah.
They had the kid by his arms and like putting him in the juicer, the stone smushers.
You're just gingerly placing him in.
Yeah, and he's not fighting at all.
It's like a dad putting his kid into like a swing set seat.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But I did appreciate the Yabos, beautiful ladies, beautiful people in this movie. Some funny kind of action. Like if this was just like I don't know if maybe if I didn't have to review this or like think about it. Like that's the thing is like we're doing a movie review podcast, so I have to think about it. If it was just like somebody had it on, I'd probably have a much more positive experience. But when you have to
Totally.
like fill a minimum of an hour and a half and like think of some things to talk about it, then it's like a real like burden pain in the ass, honestly.
Man, that sucks!
It does fucking suck. Especially when you gotta do it for like 7 months straight. So yeah, I'll give this movie like 1.5 and then half star for the Yapo. So 2.
A
Bob,
2.
out of 5, where are you gonna rate this movie?
It is. I'm going right down the middle with a 2.5, purely for the spectacle. It is candy for your eyeballs, but not candy for your brain balls.
My
So
brain balls.
you got
Don't you
something.
besmirch my brain balls. Don't limit my brain balls capabilities, my guy.
I'm gonna kick you in your brain balls. Got something to look at. It's pretty. Yeah, it's smoke a huge blunt and put it on, I guess. That's I think that's the best way to go about it. That's about it, though. 2.5 right down the middle. Oh yeah, I gotta do math. I was just like running my mouth and not doing math.
You got a
And
2.75.
2.4 aggregate
There
from
you
Straight
go.
All right.
Chillin' Crew. So whenever you guys do pick a movie for us to review on the show, you are welcome to send over an email or a voicemail with your own thoughts and ratings. And Shaboy Miles sent over a voicemail. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Quick pause. They're having a technical issue here.
Oh,
Boys are here to play.
All right, let me try it again.
We still got 4 months before football season kicks off, though, Bob.
What's going on, guys?
Okay, all right, there it is. All right. Well, that means nothing to me, but I'm sure you guys are excited. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna hit
You're up.
play.
What's going on, guys? This is Miles. I'm redoing my review. You can play this one. Don't play the other one. The voicemail intro threw me off, and I couldn't get my thoughts together, which is funny because I knew it was coming too. I knew it would change, but it's pretty fucking funny. So good job on that. But yeah, you guys are reviewing The Seventh Curse this week, which is my pick. Another Hong Kong film. This is the third Hong Kong film that I've picked for you guys. Now this one is Golden Harvest. The production studio, this is not Shaw Brothers. So Golden Harvest is actually the main rival to Shaw Brothers. It kind of was an offshoot from some people from Shaw Brothers ended up founding it. And but yeah, y'all probably get into that in the review or not. But yeah, Golden Harvest. It's the other big production company from that time in Hong Kong. But yeah, I love this movie. It's perfect for people with ADHD because there is always some shit going on. You cannot say this movie is ever boring for a second. If you look at your phone or go to the bathroom, you're gonna miss some insane shit. It's got everything in it. It has crazy action scenes. It has crazy stunts where you're not sure if people who were filming it actually got murdered. It's got yabos. It's got gore and crazy practical effects. Not much in the way of narrative weight or thematic weight, that is. But whatever. You can't have everything. But it's kind of everything that's interesting about kind of more extreme Hong Kong cinema in like one movie. It's got basically everything in it. The cast has got a who's who of all the famous actors in that part of the world from this time. Yeah, and I really like this director. I've seen 3 of his movies. They're all very unhinged. I actually reviewed, and I was on our buddy G Baby's podcast, Waxing the Porpoise. We reviewed his other movie, Riccio, the story of Ricky. So if you like this movie, check that out. It's not horror like this one. It's definitely more of action movie, like martial arts, but it's more gory, if you can believe that. But yeah, I like this movie. 4 out of 5 for me. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like, kind of out there wacky shit, check it out. But yeah, appreciate reviewing it again, and you guys take it easy.
It's not horror
Yeah,
like
thanks.
this movie.
Rikio
feel
is a
like
lot of fun.
It's a well-loved movie. I haven't seen it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I know that's a
Oh,
huge
dude.
one.
There's another like human juicer in that,
Oh,
actually.
damn. It's like a thing.
Man, it's a real trope. Okay.
It's a pretty fun movie, actually. It's
I don't know, man.
Damn,
Sorry, go
4
ahead.
out of 5. Whoa.
it's yeah, definitely a martial arts movie, but I mean he's like ripping people's limbs off. I mean there's just blood everywhere.
We
It's a good
we
time.
needed to have a Hong Kong fan on as a guest because
Yeah,
when I
we
hear
did
Miles
try to
talk
get
about it, I
Jose,
know. Yeah, we
but
did.
he couldn't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, our
He
buddy
probably
Jose
would have
couldn't make it,
balanced
but-
us out a little bit.
Well, I just feel
Maybe.
like I could have been convinced to give it a higher rating than I did just by hearing Miles talk about what he liked about it. Because like, yeah, I kind of like all those things too. I don't know. I know. I know that it's all in ink or in blood now, so it can't be changed. But if
Rainy,
I
give
was
it a
to
5
revise-
star. Give it a 5 star. I'll change it.
I'm gonna give it a 5 star.
Give it a
no.
5. Give it a 5 star.
I would probably give it a 3.
You could give it a 5.
I like it like I like Boxer's Omen, but for different reasons.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
talk like this for every bad movie review that everybody thinks is good. So
Dude, that would probably incentivize people to pick
if you just
horrible
wanna hear me
things.
talk like this,
I think
for
that would.
2 hours
I
straight,
gotta
then
think
you
they would
gotta pick
incentivize
some
anybody to do anything except turn
terrible
us off.
horror movies. It's your boy Soju. Fuck you.
They just cheated us.
Sorry, Miles. Sorry, dog. Hey,
Sorry, not
um,
sorry.
Hey.
thanks for picking a flick and for
Thanks for
supporting us
me.
for
I always support
years.
someone supporting me.
Yeah.
It's my
Morally
new
support somebody
theme.
supporting me financially. That's the
Yeah,
trick.
I always support someone supporting me with funds. Always.
Totally.
Nice. Good idea.
Let's jump into our Rotten Tomatoes segment and see what the critics and users have to say about The Seventh Curse.
Certified fresh to death.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I have these gentlemen guess within the best of their abilities what the aggregate positive score is on RottenTomatoes.com for both critics and users, usually. However, today is one of those occasions where we don't quite have quite have the juice, as it were. There
This
are,
obscure
as far as I
Get the
I-
juice
there are-
now!
have enough information
I would love
for
to
us
get
to
the juice
cover.
now. There are no critic reviews listed here.
It's almost like you can't stream
Zero.
it anywhere.
What? Why are you kidding me with that?
Oh my god.
wanna kill a Nazi?
Yeah.
There is, however, a popcorn meter, a user rating, a poopometer. There's one of those. There's 100+ ratings here. So keep that in mind as I get you guys to guess your aggregate positive scores here. Rob, I'm going to start with you today. Out of those 100+ ratings, what do you think's their positive split?
This is such a wild movie. I don't think it's going to be very high. How low am I going to go? I know the anticipation's killing everybody who's listening.
I know
right
we're
now.
padding, but Jesus.
I'll take a 45.
45. Oh my god, that last syllable took forever. All right, Soju, you going under? You going over? What do you got?
I have more faith than Bob that people just like wacky things. So I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna go 55.
55. Well, gentlemen, one of you is just a single percentage point away
Oh
from
my
glory.
God.
One of you. The actual correct answer would have been 54%. Soju is just off kilter a little here.
Just
well
a
done.
scotch. Honestly, I thought it'd be higher than that. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of thought it'd be higher than that.
Yeah, well, I could see it kind of going any direction, especially with that low number of reviews. It's kind of
How many
Hmm.
films are in this storyline with this character or whatever? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. You think we did research for this? Fuck that.
I tried to look up some stuff. There's not a lot of information out there that I could find.
If it's like a James Bond, and
not listening to your roles.
I am not listening to your hell yeah, Bob.
There it is.
To your rose.
To your rose,
Your
hell yeah.
rose.
Hell yeah, Bob.
I know.
Oh, that's
listen.
hey Bob, that's a hell yeah.
It's almost like you can't stream it nowhere.
I can't find this movie nowhere, Bob. I gotta watch it on a tiny little,
All right.
little box.
Tell me more about your little box. All right, yeah, I don't know. There's only a handful of like written reviews here. None of them are super negative. So I just say we move right on from this. Rotten
Let's
Tomatoes
just move
segment. I think
right
she's done.
on.
Let's just zoom right past it.
Let's just move on to next week.
There, like I said, I really couldn't find any trivia on this, so let's roll right into our cooter
Well, we're
of
just gonna keep rolling
the
on.
week.
Straight chillin'. Gooder of the week.
Juice, what is a cooter? Why do we hunt them?
Oh well, Bob, the Cooter's character type and straight chilling exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 Ds 5 points, be considered Cooter. We want the Cooter with the most points. 5 points, Cooter them on. Sexual deviance manipulation.
We are professionals.
Randy had enough.
Oh,
Sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall looking attire, and overall patheticness.
We're just normal men.
We're normal men.
this is what normal looks like, ladies.
This is what normal. This is what peak normal looks like here, boys.
Peak.
This is
We're
what
peaking.
white bread men look like.
Yeah, I know I'm living in a nightmare.
Yes, they've broken us. They've broken my boys. What are we, Cooter? Who is it?
What are we, Cooter? What are we?
Who is?
The sorcerer Mang?
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
he do? I don't
He
even
juiced
remember.
some kids.
Did he?
He juiced some kids.
Can't remember if that
Kids
was him
wanna
or
get
not.
juiced.
He tried to
He's pretty
sacrifice some
smug.
ladies.
Yeah.
He is, yes.
He did something to that
smug.
dude. I can't remember what he did to make the worms pour out of him. Didn't he feed him something or?
He's putting stuff in people's mouths a lot.
Yeah, and they explode
Yay.
with worms. Looking attire.
Mm.
It's kind of wacky looking.
Mm.
White face.
I don't know.
That's racist, right?
Racist against the whites. And they're all very offended. I don't know. I think that he's kind of pathetic the way he goes out because I don't remember exactly the circumstances, but like
Remember what happens to him?
he does something, like something goes sideways for him a little bit, and he's about to like, and he's about to like put in the work of fighting our guy or whatever, and then Mr. Body, Mr. Corpse Bones, jumps out of his crypt and just drags him in or some shit. He immediately gets murked by his own boss.
Well, he gets knocked onto the coffin where he poured the blood, and then the skeleton grabs him. Right? Is that
he
his
gets
end?
grabbed
Is that
by
where
the
he dies?
ghoulies.
Hmm.
I think so. Am I right?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
This.
Honestly, can't
This is-
remember.
Well, look,
Can't
he
remember
goes
it
out like a
all.
little
It doesn't
corpse.
matter. No, it just doesn't really. So you
Can't
just, I don't know.
Nobody gives a fuck.
He
Nobody
dies.
gives a fuck.
I think he's a cooter. He's the one fucking up everybody's shit. So
I think our lead guy could be a little bit of a cooter. I mean, he's at least he's very
Can't
sex
give him
positive
looking
man.
attire. We're all sex positive, Randy.
Not me. Sex is bad.
Randy's very
Okay?
sex negative.
Okay.
I'm very negative towards sex. I'm very sex negative in that my sex is very bad.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, well,
Do you
know,
not
that's
know
we
how
like
to
it.
use
That's
this?
what a boy likes.
That's what a boy. I like being bad.
I like being bad at sex. It's the best. No,
It's supposed to be bad. I'm
Nobody's
trying
supposed to enjoy this, right?
look,
I mean-
everybody needs a bar, and I'm here to provide the bar.
Don't you dare enjoy it.
No.
I
No,
know
no.
it's bad. Don't pretend like you like it.
Yeah, I'm a Cenobite about that. You hate it, which makes me love it.
Oh my!
What are we talking
God.
about?
I
What
don't
the fuck is
know.
this?
I
Where
don't
are we at?
know.
It's the
Do we go back to the high
sorcerer.
voice skit bit
it's-
thing? That was
Oh,
pretty good,
Randy's
right?
favorite joke.
That does not
Right.
qualify as a skit. A bit short.
Did we just go back to the high voice? Got nothing to say at all.
What,
Touch that
man?
dot. You need to hear
I'm
this.
just talking a high voice.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
yeah, it's the dude. We
It's
got
the
him.
dude. We got
got
the
the-
girl kind of does too, actually. The reporter
Sorcerer.
girl. God, she's
Yeah,
She's
okay, let's go
psychotic.
to her. She's
kind of psychotic.
psychotic. So manipulation. She knocks that lady out at the beginning and like steals
I
her
was like, what the
costume
fuck?
and totally
Who-
fucks up like the operation.
Yeah.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
okay, so what? She's another espionage agent of some kind that's doing some
No.
subterfuge. No, she's just
No,
trying
she
to get a fucking
introduces
photo of him,
herself
his dick.
as a
Mhm.
reporter. They won't let her in the crime scene or whatever.
Mm.
I didn't realize she
Um,
was the same person at that point.
oh,
but like,
oh,
yeah, like, I was
Randy.
still trying to figure out what was going on.
She wants that
Never did.
Hong Kong hog.
did.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
Hog Kong, you know? Just wants
He
it.
hangs wang, they say.
And
Oh, Randy.
anyway, it's manipulation, probably sexual deviance, and smug arrogance. Boom, Booker. Got
Yeah.
her. Got her.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Until he says that he's gonna spank her, and then she's not into that. She wasn't into that.
No, she is. She's
Yeah.
just playing hard to get, Bob.
That's some
I mean, I
dangerous
guess.
thinking.
Yeah,
That's
you're really
not-
rolling the dice on that one. If
Next week we have Andrew Tate on, and we're going to be talking about the
Oh,
feminine
God.
wiles.
oh boys, that'd be that'd be fucked up.
That's plausible. That's really gonna happen.
Oh, that's where the money is. If we ever start hosting,
you want to make
Manosphere
it
dicks,
big, don't
then
you, Bob?
I
Don't
think,
you want this podcast to be successful?
Come on, Rob,
No.
sell that soul. You're not using it.
No, I don't.
I don't. I've been trying to keep it unsuccessful.
And I don't want to make a deal anymore.
I'm not listening to y'all rose.
Oh, we're back
That
at the
is-
high pitch. Here we go.
So much fun to say. Rose. Hey, let's talk about what we've been watching this week.
Let's do that.
Hey, gang, what you been watching?
Rand Diesel, what else you been watching?
You know, it's another kind of light week. I don't know. I'm just not had a lot going on. A lot of time. movie
Stop
time
living
going.
your life.
I know it's fucking stupid. of me.
Watch.
But
Things.
the things I have
Soon.
been watching are Righteous Gemstones. I'm caught up. So like I think we got one more episode in the series, right?
Yeah,
Or
it just
maybe
ended
came out
last
this
night.
week.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, again did this week. Okay, so I haven't seen that yet, but I'm not super hot on this season, to be honest with you. It's a
It's
little
okay. Yeah, it's-
forgettable. Some good moments though. BJ is hilarious as always, and yeah, that couple is the best. Anyway, it's fine. The Rehearsal. I've watched the first two, but not the third episode of The Rehearsal. That show, I don't even know how to fucking describe that show. It is too high concept for words. I don't, and also
It's
stupid,
insane.
and also
Yeah.
smart, and I don't know what
Yeah.
to do with it.
Yeah.
Did you see the newest one yet, Bob? Or have you?
Yeah. I started watching
I
it.
haven't
It's-
seen the newest. Yeah.
Oh no! I just saw the first two as well.
Oh yeah. Okay,
it's
yeah, I saw the
wild.
first. Yeah, man. The
There's
fucking
nothing
Paramount
else
Plus
like it.
stuff made me
Right?
laugh a lot. Holy shit. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't know. What is there to say about that? We'll find out.
Just
and then
watch the show if you're not.
the-
It's good.
Yeah. The last thing I'll bring up, the last thing I have on my list anyway, is a movie that I think you said you saw, Rob, but I don't remember if you liked it or not. Called Y2K, the
Yeah,
Kyle
I have
Mooney
seen
movie.
that. Yeah, yeah.
And what was your take on that? Because
I
did you
think
like it?
it's like not really a good movie, but I had a really fun time watching it.
Okay, that makes sense. I remember you liking it a lot, and I was like, I don't like this. Like I was kind of expecting to like it more than I did based on what I remembered you saying, which was very little, but it was skewed positive. That makes sense to me though, because it's not it's like very by numbers, and so in
Mm.
story, it's like I don't know. I kind of want it to lean into its more like absurdist aspects. The Kyle Mooney character is the best part of that movie. And like all the more ridiculous it is, the funnier it is and the more fun it is. When it tries to do like the super bad thing with the characters or whatever, like it's trying to build the characters into something bigger. And I respect that. I understand the impulse, and like under like most circumstances I would say that's a good thing, but it just kind of nets out to very like forgettable characters, I feel like, and forgettable, you know, storyline. The things that make it work are like a nostalgia first and foremost,
Oh
and
yeah,
second,
check.
and B, like absurdism, like the silliness of it. Like the sillier it gets, the better. But it gets kind of like weirdly muddled at the end. I did not particularly. I understood it was a choice, but I did not particularly care for how they like visualized the computer, like computer
Yeah,
happenings. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a
yeah.
little split on it.
It's not one that I would like heavily recommend, but I think if you grew up, around the time we did, the early 2000s, the nostalgia factor is fun and there's, a handful of
I think
jokes.
without that, you're not gonna like it.
I don't think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. If you don't give a shit about early 2000s culture, then skip it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Wes Borland's in it though, so that's interesting. Um,
Whoa, that's your boy, Bob.
He's
that's Bob's
my boy.
boy.
Mhm.
That's my
Mine.
boy.
Mine.
Yeah, that's all I got. Soji, what about you? What have you been watching? What been watching?
I moved this week, so I have not had a lot of time, but I did start watching something. Haven't finished it yet. About halfway through that new movie that was, I think, directed by Flying Lotus called Ash. I've
Ash,
been
yeah.
meaning, yeah, I've been meaning. They came out maybe 2 weeks ago, I think, on Shudder or something like that, right?
I didn't realize
Uh,
it had distributed already.
It's not on Shudder yet. It was
oh,
in theaters. It got like a limited theatrical release, but it's not on
oh,
Shudder yet. I
oh,
don't
sure.
think.
It's
Oh,
coming to
wow.
Shudder though,
I'll,
isn't it?
Oh.
yeah, I'll double
It's
check,
not
but I
even streaming.
don't
Oh,
think it
well,
is.
then I definitely watched it legally.
Absolutely did.
But anyways, like I said, I've only watched half of it, but it's got Aaron Paul in it, and wait, that's his name, right? God, my
Yeah,
mind is,
yeah.
yeah. And it's sci-fi. It's kind of, you know what it's kind of reminded me of so far? It's got a lot of style. It's kind of reminded me of a mesh up between something like Event Horizon and Possessor, where it's kind of like a mind fuck, very stylized. You're dealing with like some memory loss and some untrustworthy like characters, and like you don't really know what's going down, and you're in this like very strange setting and stuff. And so yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's like really intriguing so far. I'm really excited to see where it ends up. But yeah, it seems it's
Amp
very
that soundtrack,
stylized.
baby.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I've been watching. Bob,
All
what you
right.
been watching, my guy?
Handful of things. We went to the theater twice actually this weekend. I saw Thunderbolts, the new Marvel picture.
What's your opinion?
I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, that's surprising.
It totally did
Ah,
not
but you
suck.
love that guy who's in Stranger Things.
David Harbour, I do like him a
Yeah,
lot.
you
Yeah.
love that guy.
It's I think he's really funny in
Mhm.
this. This is definitely like Florence Pugh carrying
Oh,
a
really?
large portion of the movie, but it's an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell's in there.
Oh, God, I fucking hate him.
Thing. He plays a really unlikable character in this, and I think that fits him so well. So like I really don't mind him in this because I think he's doing what he probably does best. The villain was like felt kind of different and like interesting, which
Hmm.
you almost never say about a Marvel movie. It was a good time though. It it didn't like absolutely blow my mind, but
Cool.
it checked
That's
all
nice
the
to hear.
boxes that I would want a Marvel movie to check. So good stuff. Also watched Until Dawn, which is that new horror movie based on the video game that was like wildly popular. And I know like a little bit about the game. I went with our friends Brad and David, and they both played the hell out of the game. So I was able to like pick their brains about the what was similar and what they had changed. And it seems like they had changed a whole hell of a lot, actually. So the way the movie works is these characters are looking for this one girl's sister who went to this small town and disappeared, and they show up at this welcome center, and they just relive the same night over and over again. And each night there's like a new evil thing trying to murder them, and they just keep dying and waking up in the same place.
Well,
So, and
Groundhog Day, huh?
kind of, yeah. Apparently, the
Popular
game
format.
mechanic does not work that way at all, which is
It's a
interesting.
weird choice then.
And the game is also set at this like snowy ski resort type thing, and this is just like a small town in the middle of nowhere, no
Huh.
snow or anything. So it's like a different setting. From what I understand, the game is like fairly cinematic too. It was co-written by Larry Fessenden, and
Oh,
like they
wow.
cast all these like really well-known voice actors, like, and I don't think they used any of them in the movie that I know of. Except maybe there was one doctor I think they may have used actually. So it's just like it seems like the movie was written already, and they just were like, let's write another one and not use the wildly successful story that everybody already knows and loves.
Who makes these decisions?
I don't
And who
know.
approves them?
I just don't know, man. This movie was a snooze fest though. I gotta be honest. All three of
So
us
weird.
were like fighting to just stay awake. It was just boring as fuck. Um,
Damn.
the
That's not good.
director was abusing the hell out of the jump scare, like
Oh my
just
God.
hammering you in the face with it, and it was just it got annoying. I was like with the loud stabs and like Jesus Christ, dude, like you gotta switch it up. You
Sounds
can't
like
just
they
keep doing
need
the
some
same thing.
tariffs to teach them some lessons.
I'll whip them into shape.
God damn.
And there's like no, I don't understand. Nothing is ever really explained. Nothing seems to matter. And like, there's a couple things that they just tell you, and you're like, okay. Like, I literally never would have connected those dots if you didn't just tell. They don't show you any of this.
Oh my
Like, I
God.
feel like I can't say it because it's a bit of a spoiler. So if people want to see it, I don't want to totally ruin it, but it's just like nothing matters, and then it doesn't make like why the night keeps starting over. Like you don't, nobody fucking cares. Like who the fuck knows? I don't know. It just was not for me. Didn't like
Oh
it.
no.
What else did I watch? The new season of Black Mirror. I started that. I got the first three episodes of that in. Solid stuff. The first episode really just kicks you in the teeth. It is upsetting.
Oh, good.
Good shit though. So far, really
wonderful.
enjoying
That's
that.
why I stopped watching that because that just show was too much of a bummer.
Dude, it's a bummer. It's still a bummer. It'll bum you out.
It's a
It'll
bummer,
definitely
man.
They'll definitely do that. But that's really good. Joe Bob, of course. Watched that on Friday. And that City of the Dead, like I said, from 1960 is a black and white movie about witches, witchcraft. Really solid, honestly. Kind of, I just didn't know anything about it. Really, really solid movie. Recommend.
Oh.
This happened to
So-
him earlier. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Y'all
He
here?
froze, yeah.
You
Okay.
ghosted.
Okay, yeah. But that's pretty much all I've been watching. That's it.
All right.
We do have one voicemail, so let's go ahead and get into our hotline screams.
Hotline scream.
If you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, you can hit us up at 904-638-3231. We're going to hear from Shaboy Mike. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Oh, what's up, Straight Chilling? It's Mike from New York again. Last time I called, I talked about how I shit my pants after passing out in front of my future wife. She has some rebuttals about that. We were dating for a while, and to be fair, she was on the phone with her brother-in-law while I was passed out, so she cared. But anyways, I'm just sitting here tonight, had a couple beers, and I'm watching Dead City, The Walking Dead, and I'm just wondering, like, what do you guys think about The Walking Dead? Because it's been a long, very long, drawn-out saga, and it was hard to get through. I have to admit, I almost stopped a few times, but I'm watching Dead City, and this is good. And maybe it's just because, like, where we live in New York, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he lives very close to us. I've seen him in town a bunch of times. He's a very cool dude. But Dead City's good. I was just wondering what you guys think about it. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Hydraberg, because that dude is the coolest. And Hydraberg, if you're listening, and you're ever down in like the Red Hook Rhinebeck area, you know, like 45 minutes south of Albany, hit me up, man. Hang out, get coffee or beer or whatever. But yeah, I'm just wondering what you guys think about this, because it's pretty fucking good after, what are we going on, 12, 13 years of this shit? So yeah, yeah, that's about it. All right, later.
We
got
that we have a
connections.
misconnections thing.
I know.
Did he say why he liked Hydraberg so much? Did I miss that?
He's got a
He's just a cool
fat
dude.
hog.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if some. I mean, all right.
I just heard him on the show.
Okay.
I think he
Yeah.
probably. I think the thing he likes best about him is probably his functioning kidney that could be taken from him.
He's just a bro seeking a bro, dog. That's all that is.
So I looked
no,
this
that's
up. The first season of Walking Dead premiered on Halloween 2010. So you're pushing
I remember that.
15 years.
Yeah, I remember
15.
that too.
And
Were
I
you
also
with me, Rob?
did.
We were at Fest. I was at Fest.
No,
watching
I
my
was
hotel
home
room
alone
in
like a
Vancouver.
loser, but had a huge boner over it.
Okay, never mind.
I,
Juice.
I just looked this up. So this says the Walking Dead franchise includes several television series set in the same post-apocalyptic zombie world. Okay, these are all I didn't know this. I don't know how accurate this is, but The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, Tales of the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead Dead City, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live. Jesus Christ. Like
Yeah.
I have
That's a lot.
seen 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. So it has been 12
Some of those
years.
are
since I've-
internet shows I know, like,
okay.
like internet
Well,
shorts.
a lot of them aren't,
but
though.
I think
Like-
most of them are show. Like
Most of
at
them
least
aren't.
5 are shows. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
honestly
And
I think we
weren't there
all
movies too.
never even
wasn't
heard
there-
of Dead
I don't.
City.
I
don't
think
even
they
know
are
what that is.
making. I think they are making movies. I've not. I think we all gave up on it, right? I think I made it through the season 4 of The Walking
I
Dead.
don't think
and
I
I'm-
made it
think
that
I saw-
far.
Terminus. I saw Terminus, and then I gave
Yeah.
up.
I
yeah.
didn't make it to like the whole. I remember when like the Negan showed up, and it was like about.
Yeah,
I
Negan never saw
I
him.
never saw it. They were in
Yeah,
a city. They were in a
we
city.
watched it pretty religiously as a group.
Like a
the three of
suburb.
us,
And-
yeah,
Rick
We
was
all
the
got
sheriff or something of the little city, and
Rickety and Jack. we watched.
Michonne with she
The
was
swords,
the
the
sheriff
katanas.
too. I think deputy. That's where I dropped off.
Yeah,
Shane.
it was
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
I
of fun at first, but it feels very recycled, and it
Dude,
definitely got
that's
to
the-
a point
yeah.
where it felt like they were afraid to kill anybody, so that the stakes kind of plummeted, and we kind of got bored and checked out. But it's cool to hear at least one of the spinoffs is solid. I don't think any of us has seen any of those spinoffs though. So
Yeah, I
heard
mean, talking
somebody say
about
they
not
loved
having
all of those,
stakes,
though.
Maggie, who is from like season 2, right? Maggie, she's at the farm.
Mhm.
She's in this. So for 13 years, 14 years straight, like nothing's gonna happen to Maggie apparently. Like, damn.
Well, a lot of characters like disappear for a while. I think she's one of them, and like disappear
Yeah.
from the show. I know that like Rick disappeared, and one of those series is his return to the
Daryl,
show.
the Daryl
Yeah.
show, he like fucks off to Paris, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
he's like across the pond somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know very little about what's happening now, but like Bob said, like it was one of those things where it's like the diminishing returns started becoming really apparent. It's like, okay, this just feels like the
It's like a
same
soap
parable over and
opera.
over and over again, and I just don't feel like putting in the work, the time, the effort to get to what might be an okay
No.
nugget. You know, panning for gold is not my cup of tea. You got to bring the heat consistently for
Bring
that
me the
level of
gold,
involvement.
says
Like
Rick.
I'm
I
not
want
watching
the
Doctor
gold.
Who
Give me the
because I
gold.
like if I don't like 3 episodes of Doctor Who in a row, I'm not going to keep watching it, and I haven't watched it for that reason because I did not see more than 1 episode I liked out of 3. So I don't know. It's that sort of thing. You're going to have a
Yeah.
long running show. I'm not investing hours and hours and hours of my life into it on the hopes that some of them are acceptable to me.
Big man
Same.
Randy over here just doesn't give a fuck, apparently. Okay.
I understand they got a cash
Okay,
cow, and when
Randy.
Breaking Bad went away, they had nothing fucking else at AMC for a long time. But I gotta say, I'd rather watch Kevin Can Fuck Himself, which was on AMC. That's
Wait, what did you
Oh.
say? Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I know. I thought
After
Breaking
it
Bad
ended.
came out after this.
Oh no, it came out before this and ended while concurrently with it at some
Oh,
point.
I see. Oh, well, okay, so Breaking Bad started January 2008, so just 2 years before Walking
Yeah, it wasn't.
Dead
I
started.
mean, but like on a long enough timeline, that doesn't seem like that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
But it's like at the time, it was like, oh, I had 2 seasons on it, and then it ended
Yeah,
at 5 at the
I
perfect
gotcha.
moment, and was a brilliant show, and no clunkers whatsoever. And then we watched The Walking Dead, and it just kept being like, okay, this character's getting a lot of attention. I wonder if he's going to die. Okay, this character is bulletproof, apparently. Like, it was those things all the time. And, oh, is this person going to do something and have to deal with the regret of doing that thing? And then eventually have to survive and get over it. I wonder. I fucking wonder. But it also did a neat, an acoustic rendition of a Tom Waits song. So
So
I
we're
can't go
replacing all the U picks now, and instead we're going to be covering each season of The Walking Dead, episode
season a
by
week.
episode.
I will watch it on X8 speed if I have to do that. I refuse to watch the full hour.
We're
Well-
giving the full breakdown each episode right here on Straight Shot.
If you guys want to
Only
call in
15
and
yeast late.
tell us about other stuff that you love and just hear us take a giant shit
Dude,
on
yeah,
it like we've done
that's
all
our new
episode.
thing.
Call in.
Yeah,
Nine
if you
It's
oh
like
our
four.
it, call
fault.
us, and we'll tell you why
the
you're
victim's
wrong
fault.
and you. Okay.
Victims. Oh my god.
And be sure and listen to Andrew Tate's guest spot next week. We're gonna have a
No.
great time.
904-638-3231. Tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, please. We need it.
Send us something else you love for us to shit on.
Yeah, what questions for next week? What do y'all got?
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of Walking Dead? Because like, I feel like a lot of people tapered off that show, but it's clearly
Mhm.
still making money. So I know that there's a lot of people that still low key watch
Someone's
it. but
watching
they
it,
Just don't
yeah.
talk about
Somebody's
it. Yeah,
gotta be
somebody's out
watching
there
it.
watching that shit. So yeah,
I don't know,
Walking Dead
man. I
fans,
feel like-
let
but
us
at
know
the same
where the good
time-
shit is. I'm
Not-
curious. I
Not to
won't
knock
watch
it
it, but I'm
around.
curious.
It lives in the same kind of my mind of like, I don't mean to knock it. I'm not putting anybody down, but in the same part of my mind is something like wrestling, where like I know that it exists, I know that it's out there, I know a lot of people like it, but I don't really know why, and I don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
had this-
It's just one of those things. I
It's
know
a
it's
high
a
investment thing.
Yeah, I know it's a cultural
Yeah.
thing that a lot of people get behind and get entertainment from it, and like invest in the storylines and invest, but I don't really know, I don't really see the appeal myself, and I don't really get it, you know?
I don't know. I see the correlation there. I had this conversation with a buddy of mine, my buddy who I watch the occasional pay-per-view with. He's a longtime fan of WWE, and he gives great annotations, giving me like the breakdown, like, okay, this character hates this character because of X. He's the Wikipedia that helps me out. But even we were talking, he's like, yeah, I just like, even on this past WrestleMania, I was kind of struggling to remember what was going on. It wasn't like, it really rewards your time investment And if you're not enjoying the time that you're putting into it to begin with, then it is not worth your time. Like, that's why I watch it very sporadically, and I have the perfect fucking bibliography sitting there ready to tell me what's going on. And that works, but I don't have that for Walking Dead, and I'm not going to. If somebody wants to do that, I'll watch an episode or two that are good, with your little annotations here or there. But otherwise, it's too much investment into drudgery to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, because here's the thing about it. It's like, even if okay, we get this recommendation. Hey, you know what? Dead City sounds pretty good. And I say, that maybe. It doesn't really sound intriguing to me, but I'm pretending. Maybe that sounds intriguing to me. But
Maybe in an
am I
alternate
really
fucking universe?
Yeah, am I really gonna go in and watch episode 1 of Dead City and not know these characters have existed, at least one of us? So Maggie's from the season 2. So if I haven't watched from season 3 or maybe season 4, and I know that there's almost 10 years worth of content where this character has been built, and then this other big character who I have not seen one episode with him, but I know is like a big deal, and there's been all this, like, he's got so much development and like motivations and why he do things, and for them in ways to interact. Like, am I realistically gonna jump into this new series that's built on so much back lore and character development and just start from like episode 1? I don't think so. Maybe you can, but I just don't think that that's realistic.
Yeah.
Well, do it. Just do it.
Now, what I might do, what I would consider doing, is something I've done with series before, where I start on the first episode, and if I like it, okay, and I'm a little curious where it's going, but I'm not interested in continuing to watch it, like
a YouTube recap.
I will just jump to the last episode. I've done that with a couple, and just be like, wow, this shit went crazy. Went all kinds of places, and you kind of piece together what happened. Yeah. And that's fine. It makes it into a movie-length endeavor instead of a fucking 15-hour undertaking just to get A to B.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's not actual like consumption of the product, really. It's just like frivolous watching to watch, but that's fine.
Call in and say whatever you want. 904-638-3231.
That was our question. That was our prompt.
Yeah, whatever you make of that is fine. Just, whatever. Next week, we'll be back with a brand new show, as always. We're talking about another You Pick the Flick. The movie is Ready or Not from 2019.
Oh, yeah.
As chosen by Alice, my
thank
lovely wife.
Thank you.
We're at the point where we're getting our spouses to give us good movies to review. People, come on.
Look, I'm opening the tier at 3:01 p.m. I need you to get on the computer.
Movie.
We need a ringer.
We do.
That did not happen, by the way. I did not.
I don't even care at this point.
I premise.
If it did.
Look,
I premise.
There's no oversight here. We're just doing this shit. So if that's true or if it's not, it's still happening.
Yeah, Ready or Not. Check it out. Get ready for next week's show. We're on all the socials. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast. We'll pop right up. If you want to join in the daily Slack channel conversations, hit us up on one of those social media outlets, and I'll send you a link so you can join in on the fun. We're talking about the movie of the week, talking about video games, trading recipes, sharing pictures of our cute pets. Fun stuff. It's a great community. Come join us. That's it. Until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.